Sometimes love doesn't announce itself with grand gestures or loud promises. It doesn't always arrive with fireworks, dramatic confessions, or perfect timing. Sometimes love comes quietly, in the way someone looks at you with softness, in the way your presence calms their storms, in the way they choose you over and over without ever needing to say it out loud. Real love isn't loud, it's steady, it's gentle. It's the feeling of safety in a world full of noise, and the comfort of knowing that someone sees every part of you and stays. Anyway, a man who truly sees you as his safe place and forever person won't always express it through poetic words or dramatic scenes like in the movies. Instead, he will show it in the little moments. The way his voice softens when he speaks to you, the way his eyes find yours in a crowded room, the way he pays attention to things you think no one else notices. He feels your emotions even when you don't speak them. He reaches for your hand not because he has to, but because it feels like home. In a world where relationships often look perfect online, but fall apart offline, there is something rare and powerful about a man who doesn't just love you. He chooses you. He chooses peace over pride. He chooses connection over ego. He chooses effort over excuses. And most importantly, he chooses the future with you, not just the present moment. Love is not just attraction. It's not just butterflies. It's not always passion and fire. Sometimes it's quiet mornings, deep conversations, soft laughter, healing after hard days, and learning each other again and again. Sometimes love is simply sitting beside someone and realizing that for the first time in your life, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to protect your heart, because someone else is holding it gently. A man who sees you as his safe place doesn't fear your tears, your silence, your dreams, or your imperfections. He embraces your flaws, holds space for your fears, and stands beside you when the world feels heavy. He doesn't run when things get complicated. He leans in. He doesn't search for someone better. He builds something deeper. With you, he finds peace. With you, he finds clarity. With you, he feels like he belongs. This isn't just romance. This is emotional security, maturity, loyalty, and connection. This is the man who sees you not just as someone to love, but someone to come home to again and again. And today, we're going to explore the signs, the quiet, subtle, powerful signals that show he feels all of this for you. If these resonate, then understand what you have isn't ordinary. It's rare, it's real, and it might just be forever. He feels peaceful. When you're around, when a man feels truly peaceful around you, it's one of the strongest signs you're not just someone he likes, you're someone who feels like home to him. Peace is rare for men. They carry stress silently, battle their thoughts privately, and often don't show how heavy their world can feel. But with you, something shifts. His shoulders relax. His voice softens. His guard drops without him forcing it. He doesn't need to impress you or pretend to be stronger than he feels. He can just be himself. And that feeling is priceless to him. He enjoys the quiet moments with you, not just the exciting ones. Even sitting together without talking feels comforting instead of awkward. He finds calm in your presence, like your energy resets his mind. You notice he lingers a little longer, stays even when the conversation is over, or simply enjoys being near you without needing constant activity or entertainment. That's not boredom, that's peace. Around you, his mood stabilizes. He's less irritated, less guarded, less defensive. He laughs more easily. He breathes differently. He feels understood without saying much, and safe without having to explain why. A man doesn't feel this way with everyone, only with someone his heart trusts deeply. And the beautiful part, peace is love's quiet language. Men don't always express emotions with grand gestures. They express through comfort, consistency, and where they choose to rest their soul. When he finds himself choosing you again and again, not for excitement, not for distraction, but for peace, it means he sees you as a rare part of his life. To him, you're not just someone he enjoys being with. You're someone who feels like safety, warmth, and forever. He shares his vulnerabilities. With you, when a man begins to share his vulnerabilities with you, it means he trusts you on a level he doesn't trust most people. Sometimes not even himself. Men are taught to be strong, silent, and in control. They fear looking weak or emotional, because the world often tells them that vulnerability equals failure. So when he lets you see the parts of him he usually hides, his fears, insecurities, past pains, failures, or moments of doubt, he's not just talking. He's opening a door to his inner world, a place he rarely lets anyone enter. He might tell you about childhood wounds, struggles with confidence, family issues, financial stress, or dreams he's scared to chase. He may admit when he feels overwhelmed, lost, or unsure. And instead of hiding his tears or trying to stay tough, he lets you witness those real, tender moments. That isn't weakness. That's bravery born from emotional safety. He trusts that you won't judge him, reject him, or use his honesty against him. Your presence feels like a safe container where he can breathe and unload what he carries. You'll notice he comes to you during difficult days, asks for your thoughts, or quietly opens up when he's tired or emotionally drained. It's his way of saying, "I feel seen and safe with you." When a man shares vulnerability, he is giving you something he guards carefully, his truth. And he does it because he knows you won't break it. This level of honesty is rare, and it means he sees you not just as someone special, but as someone he can actually build a life with. One heartfelt truth at a time, he's letting you into his heart. Not because he has to, but because he wants to. He trusts you with his secrets. When a man trusts you with his secrets, it means he's allowing you into the most private corners of his life, the places he doesn't show the world. Secrets aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they are quiet truths, hidden dreams, private fears, or parts of his past that shaped him. When he chooses to share them with you, it's a sign he believes you'll protect his heart, not judge it. He may tell you about personal struggles he has never voiced out loud, mistakes he regrets, or experiences that made him who he is today. He might open up about fears he hides from others, fear of failure, fear of not being enough, or fear of losing someone he cares about. These aren't things he talks about casually. He trusts that you'll hold his vulnerability gently, like something fragile and valuable. This trust shows in small moments too. When he confides in you about work stress before telling anyone else. When he shares a family issue he usually keeps private, or when he whispers dreams he hasn't spoken to another soul. It means your presence feels like truth, not danger. You become the person he feels safer with than silence. Men don't hand over their secrets easily. It takes deep emotional safety, consistency, and love to unlock that level. When he gives you his truth, he is really giving you a part of himself. He's saying without words, "I trust your heart with mine." And if you respond with understanding and care, that trust becomes a foundation for something lasting. A relationship built not just on attraction, but on honesty, loyalty, and emotional closeness. When a man shares his secrets, he's not just opening up. He's choosing you as the person he wants beside him in his real life, not just his good moments. He comes to you for comfort and clarity. When a man comes to you for comfort and clarity, it means you've become a grounding force in his life, someone who brings peace when the world feels loud and confusing. Men are often expected to solve everything on their own, to stay strong no matter what, and to keep their worries hidden. So when he reaches out to you, not just to talk, but to feel better, it shows a deep emotional connection that he doesn't share with everyone. He may not always say, "I need you," but you'll see it in his actions. After a long or stressful day, he wants to hear your voice. When he's unsure about something, your perspective matters more than anyone else's. If he's overwhelmed or conflicted, he finds comfort simply being near you, even in silence. You become his safe space to untangle thoughts and calm emotions he struggles to express. Sometimes he might vent. Other times he just sits beside you, letting your presence settle him. He comes to you when he's frustrated, confused, or carrying emotional weight. He trusts that your words won't criticize, your silence won't judge, and your support won't disappear. Your energy soothes him. Your calm brings him clarity. You help him think clearer, act wiser, and feel stronger. This isn't about needing someone to fix his problems. He still handles his life, but you are the person he chooses when he needs emotional shelter or guidance. To him, your comfort isn't escape, it's strength, it's love, it's safety. A man doesn't go to just anyone during moments of emotional noise. He goes to the one who makes the world feel lighter. When he turns to you for comfort and direction, he's showing that your presence isn't just wanted, it's essential. 5. He includes you in his future plans. When a man includes you in his future plans, it means he doesn't just see you as a part of his now. He sees you as part of his forever. Men don't naturally plan their life around someone unless that person holds deep meaning in their heart. For most men, the future is something they protect. They only share it with someone they truly trust and envision beside them. You'll notice he casually uses we instead of I when talking about what's ahead. It might be small things at first, planning a trip together, talking about attending events months from now, imagining what life will look like in a year. But slowly those plans deepen. He might talk about moving in one day, career goals that align with your happiness, or how he wants to build a stable life where you feel secure. He'll ask your opinion on decisions that affect him, because in his mind, they affect you both. Even his day-to-day thinking starts to shift. He checks whether a plan fits your schedule, not just his. He considers your dreams when talking about his own. He shares goals not to impress you, but because he wants you to be part of them. His language changes. My future becomes our future. And most beautifully, he starts shaping his life with you in it. Not as an extra, but as the centerpiece of his emotional world. When life feels uncertain, you remain a constant in his vision. This isn't fantasy or wishful thinking. It's commitment forming quietly and steadily. A man who sees you in his future isn't guessing or hoping. He's choosing you again and again. And in his heart, the idea of tomorrow feels incomplete without you in it. He listens to you with full presence. When a man listens to you with full presence, it means he isn't just hearing your words, he's tuning into your heart. Most people listen to reply, but he listens to understand. His focus shifts the moment you speak. His eyes stay on you. His body language softens, and his attention becomes fully yours. In a world full of distractions, giving undivided presence is a rare form of love. And he gives it to you. You'll notice he remembers the small details you share, the names of people in your life, the things that excite you, the little worries you carry, and even the stories you thought he forgot. He asks follow-up questions, not out of formality, but because your thoughts truly matter to him. When you're talking, he isn't scrolling his phone, nodding absent-mindedly, or rushing you through emotions. He stays with you, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. If you're upset, he doesn't dismiss your feelings or jump to solutions right away. Instead, he listens gently, allowing you to express your emotions fully. He hears the pauses, the tone shifts, the unspoken feelings. He listens not just to your words, but to your silence. He notices when something feels off without you having to explain. This kind of connection isn't casual. It's deeply emotional. Presence is love in its purest, quietest form. When a man gives you his attention, he's giving you a part of himself, his time, his emotional awareness, his interest, and his heart. And when he chooses to be fully present with you, instead of chasing the noise of the world, it means he values your voice, respects your mind, and cherishes your soul. To him, your words aren't interruptions. They're moments he chooses to honor. He protects you without making it obvious. When a man protects you without making it obvious, it shows a quiet, sincere kind of love, the kind that doesn't need attention or praise. He doesn't announce his care, he expresses it through subtle actions that say, your safety, peace, and well-being matter to me. He watches out for you in ways you may not always notice at first, because his intention isn't to control or impress. It's to make sure you feel safe in his presence and in his world. He might walk on the traffic side of the road, guide you through a crowd gently with his hand on your back, or pay attention to your comfort in social situations. If someone speaks to you rudely or crosses a line, he steps in calmly, not aggressively, but firmly. He checks in when you're traveling, makes sure you got home safely, and keeps an eye on situations where you might feel uneasy. It's not possessiveness. It's genuine concern wrapped in respect. He also protects you emotionally. He notices when someone's words hurt you and supports you quietly. He won't let people disrespect you, even when you're not around to hear it. If you're anxious, overwhelmed, or struggling, he becomes a calm anchor rather than adding pressure. He shields you from stress when he can, and when he can't, he stands beside you so you never face it alone. His protection isn't loud. It's gentle, steady, and natural. He doesn't try to control your decisions. Instead, he empowers you, stands by you, and steps forward only when you need him to. In his eyes, protecting you isn't a duty, it's a privilege. And the more he cares, the more subtle his actions become. Because true protection isn't about proving strength. It's about making you feel safe without having to ask. He never gets tired of your presence. When a man never gets tired of your presence, it shows a connection that goes deeper than excitement or attraction. It touches comfort, belonging, and emotional companionship. With you, he doesn't feel drained. Instead, he feels grounded, relaxed, and understood. Some people exhaust us even if we like them, but the right person brings peace simply by existing near us. And that's what you are to him. He doesn't need constant entertainment or conversation to enjoy being around you. Even the quiet moments, sitting together, walking in silence, or sharing the same room doing different things, feel meaningful. He lingers after conversations, stays even when the topic is over, and doesn't rush to leave when time is up. Your presence doesn't burden him, it recharges him. He doesn't disappear when life gets busy, nor does he only show up when he wants something. He chooses to be around you because your company feels natural. He can show his real moods, his quiet days, his goofy moments, even his tired self, and still want to stay close instead of pulling away. That's emotional comfort at its highest level. You become the person he turns to when he has free time, not an afterthought. He enjoys simple routines, long drives, peaceful evenings, walks, shared meals, or just being together without a plan. He may not say it outright, but his actions say, "Your presence feels like home." When a man never gets tired of being around you, it means he isn't just attracted to you, he is emotionally drawn to you. You don't drain him, you don't overwhelm him, you soothe him. And in a world that constantly demands his energy, being with you feels like rest, comfort, and a place he never wants to leave. He loves your silence as much as your words. When a man loves your silence as much as your words, it means he appreciates you. Not just the conversations or excitement you bring, but your very presence and energy. Most relationships thrive on talking, but the deepest ones also hold strength in quiet moments. With you, he doesn't need constant noise or stimulation. Silence doesn't feel awkward. It feels warm, grounding, and safe. He enjoys being next to you even when neither of you is saying a thing. Maybe it's during long drives, peaceful evenings, slow mornings, or simply sitting together, doing your own tasks. In those quiet spaces, he feels connected to you in a way that words can't measure. Silence becomes a language, a gentle one, where comfort, trust, and closeness exist without effort. He pays attention to your presence, your expressions, the way you breathe, and the calm energy you bring. He can sit beside you and feel as close, if not closer, than during deep conversations. It's because love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's soft, still, and steady. When you're quiet, he doesn't assume something is wrong or rush to fill the space. Instead, he rests in it with you. He doesn't demand attention, force conversation, or get uncomfortable with stillness. He understands that real connection has rhythms, moments of talking, and moments of simply being. In your silence, he feels accepted, seen, and at peace. He doesn't just love your thoughts or voice, he loves your soul, the part that doesn't need to speak to be felt. And when a man cherishes both your words and your silence, it means he values the real, unfiltered you. He's not here only for the excitement, he's here for the calm, the quiet, and the quiet heartbeat of a connection meant to last. He feels safe expressing his emotions. With you, when a man feels safe expressing his emotions with you, it means you've become one of the rare places in his life where he can be unguarded, honest, and human. Men are often taught to hide their feelings, to stay composed, and to be strong no matter what. So when he lets you see the tears he usually holds back, the frustration he hides from the world, or the softness he protects fiercely, it isn't weakness, it's trust, it's connection, it's love in its purest form. With you, he doesn't fear being misunderstood or judged. He knows that if he tells you he's scared, tired, anxious, or hurting, you won't think less of him. Instead, you'll listen, support, and hold space for his heart. He opens up not because life forced him to, but because you make honesty feel safe. You don't laugh at his vulnerability, you don't use his pain against him, and you don't tell him to man up. You let him be real. He may share feelings gradually, not in dramatic outpourings, but in small confessions, telling you when something affects him, admitting when he needs a moment, or quietly revealing what weighs on his mind. You might see him relax emotionally. When he's around you, like he can finally breathe without armor. He doesn't hide his excitement or soften his affection. He lets you see his tenderness, his fears, his dreams, and his heart, without filters. And when a man reaches this level of emotional freedom with you, it means you're not just someone he loves, you're someone he trusts with his deepest self. In a world that often tells men to stay silent, your presence becomes his emotional sanctuary. With you, he doesn't have to be tough, he simply gets to be real. And that is one of the highest honors love can offer. He values your opinions deeply. When a man truly values your opinions deeply, it's not just about listening, it's about respecting your mind, trusting your perspective, and believing in your judgment. He doesn't see you as someone who is just there in his life. He sees you as someone who adds wisdom, clarity, and balance. Your thoughts matter to him, not because he needs validation, but because your insight enriches his world. He consults you when making decisions, big and small, whether it's a career move, a family concern, something bothering him emotionally, or even a simple choice like where to go or what to choose. He seeks your input. He genuinely wants to understand how you think. Your view isn't background noise. It shapes his thinking and helps him see angles he might have missed. Even when he disagrees, he doesn't dismiss you or shut you down. Instead, he listens, reflects, and tries to understand your perspective. You'll notice he pauses to think when you speak. He pays attention to your reasoning, and he appreciates your emotional intelligence. He respects that you don't just speak, you offer meaning. He might say things like, "What do you think? I want to know your opinion. It matters to me what you feel about this." That's not formality. That's emotional partnership. He trusts your intuition. He values your sense of right and wrong, your ability to see people clearly, and your emotional awareness. He doesn't feel threatened by your intelligence. He's inspired by it. In fact, your perspective helps him grow, improve, and evolve. When a man values your opinions, he's telling you, "You influence my life. You are part of my direction and my decisions. You matter." And in love, there are few signs more powerful than a man who doesn't just love you. He respects your mind and builds his world with your voice in it. 12. He is patient with your flaws and fears. When a man is patient with your flaws and fears, it shows a love built on understanding rather than perfection. He doesn't expect you to always be confident, always calm, or always strong. He sees your humanity, the insecurities you hide, the scars you carry, the moments when doubt or fear whispers louder than reason. And instead of pulling away, he stays steady. He understands that everyone has emotional wounds and soft spots, and he respects yours. He doesn't rush your healing or judge your pace. When you get anxious, insecure, or overwhelmed, he doesn't roll his eyes or make you feel dramatic. He listens. He reassures. He stands beside you while giving you space to breathe. If you unintentionally push him away out of fear, he doesn't react with anger or ego. Instead, he tries to understand what's beneath the reaction. He sees your emotions, not as problems, but as signals, things to understand, not fight. He handles your imperfections with gentleness. He doesn't try to fix you or force you to change. He simply supports you as you grow at your own rhythm. He celebrates your strengths and quietly holds you through your weak moments. Even when you're frustrated with yourself, he remains patient, showing you grace when you forget to offer it to yourself. This patience isn't passive. It comes from deep respect and emotional maturity. He knows relationships aren't built on ideal versions of each other, but on real moments shared by real people. He isn't scared of your fears or threatened by your vulnerability. To him, your flaws don't make you hard to love. They make you human. And he chooses you not because you're perfect, but because he sees the beauty in the parts of you the world often overlooks. A man who patiently stands beside your imperfections isn't just loving you. He's committing to your heart, your journey, and the version of you you're still becoming. 13. He chooses you. Even on hard days, when a man chooses you even on hard days, It reveals a love grounded in loyalty, not convenience. Anyone can stay when things are easy, when life feels light, emotions are high, and everything flows smoothly. But the real test of emotional commitment is how he treats you when life becomes heavy. When he's stressed, tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed, and yet still chooses to keep you close, that's not ordinary affection. That's devotion. He doesn't disappear when he's going through something. He doesn't punish you with silence, walk away at the first sign of tension, or make you feel like you're a burden. Instead, he tries to communicate, even if imperfectly. He may not always have the perfect words, but he shows effort. You still matter, even when his world feels chaotic. He doesn't take his stress out on you. He works through it with you, not against you. On days when you struggle, he doesn't run. He doesn't judge you for being emotional or overwhelmed. He doesn't say, "This is too much." Instead, he stands by you with patience and understanding. He comforts you, supports you, and helps you breathe through the storm. He chooses partnership, not escape. He stays connected even through conflict, reminding you, directly or silently, that the relationship is bigger than the temporary difficulty. Choosing you on hard days means he's not in this for just the highlight moments. He's choosing commitment over convenience. He sees the long-term value in you and the relationship, so he protects it, especially when things aren't perfect. That's love with maturity, love with depth, love with intention. The truth is, anyone can love you on your best days, but when he chooses you on the days you're both tired, imperfect, emotional, or challenged, he's not just loving you, he's building a life with you. And that kind of choice speaks louder than 1,000 romantic words. Kun. He wants to grow with you, not away from you. When a man wants to grow with you, not away from you, it means he sees your relationship as a shared journey, not something temporary or fragile. Growth isn't always comfortable. People evolve, dreams shift, priorities change, and life throws challenges that test both strength and love. But instead of drifting apart during those changes, he deliberately chooses to grow beside you, hand in hand. He doesn't fear your growth, he encourages it. He supports your ambitions, your learning, your healing, and your evolution. When you improve, he doesn't feel threatened or insecure, he feels proud. Your progress inspires him to rise as well, not retreat. He understands that love thrives when both people keep expanding, not when one stays stuck while the other blossoms. He talks about future goals, not just for himself, but for both of you. Learning together, building together, improving communication, strengthening emotional understanding, creating habits that bring more peace, stability, and happiness. He sees challenges not as reasons to leave, but as opportunities to become better partners. When conflicts happen, he works through them rather than avoiding responsibility or shutting down. He doesn't choose ego, he chooses growth. Most importantly, he doesn't romanticize a static relationship. He knows that real love evolves from passion to trust, from excitement to peace, from butterflies to deep emotional bonding, and he embraces every stage with you. If he ever feels distance forming, he closes it. If misunderstandings arise, he seeks solutions instead of withdrawing. If life gets difficult, he leans in, not out. Growing with someone means choosing partnership over pride, learning instead of judging, staying curious about each other as you both transform. When a man chooses that kind of growth with you, he's not just loving you for who you are. He's loving who you're becoming and who he becomes with you. That's not just romance. That's lifelong companionship in motion. He treats you like his home, not just his partner. When a man treats you like his home, not just his partner, it means you have become his emotional place of rest, safety, and belonging. Home isn't just a location, it's a feeling. It's where you can exhale, put down your guard and feel seen without needing to earn love. And when he treats you this way, it shows that you're not just someone he loves, you're someone he returns to emotionally, mentally, and soulfully. He doesn't just show up for the romantic moments, or when things are exciting. He shows up when he's tired, confused, or vulnerable. With you, he doesn't feel the need to act strong all the time or hide his true self. He can be quiet or silly, motivated or drained, confident or uncertain, and still feel accepted. You become his safe place where he can untangle his thoughts, breathe deeply, and recharge. He seeks comfort in your presence, not escape. He chooses honesty over hiding feelings, patience over ego, togetherness over distance. He doesn't fear being too real around you. Messy days, loud laughs, quiet moods, deep emotions. He lets them all exist with you. You are where he feels grounded, understood, and at peace. He values the simple moments with you more than anything else. Late night talks, quiet mornings, slow dinners, or even just sitting beside you doing nothing. The world may tire him out, but you restore him. He treats the relationship not as a temporary stop, but as a forever foundation. Your happiness matters to him, your comfort matters to him, and your presence feels like stability, warmth, and belonging. When he treats you like home, he isn't just loving you. He is choosing you as the person he wants to come back to, build with, protect, and grow old beside. You're not just part of his life. You are his peace, his anchor, and his heart's resting place.